Let's start with a comfortable seated position on your mat. I'm sitting on a block. Feel free to do the same thing, or a bolster, a pillow, anything that's going to be comfortable. Cross-legged, sitting on your heels. Please make sure to modify your practice today any way that makes sense for you. Challenge yourself where you know you can. Back off as needed, of course. Let your hands either rest on the lap, in the lap, or on your legs. Sit tall, closing the eyes. If you need to keep the eyes open, you can do so, just keeping a soft downward gaze past the end of the nose. And just take a few deep breaths as you begin to settle into your space. All right, carving out this time for your practice. Tuning into what's happening in the body and stepping away from everything else happening off the mat. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, sit tall. Exhale out the mouth. Two more like that. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhaling it out the mouth. One more deep breath in through the nose. Keep sitting tall. Exhale out the mouth. Keeping the breath moving in and out through the nose as best you can. Start to soften the space between the eyebrows. Maybe letting the body soften up a little bit, just maintaining length along the spine, right? No slouching, but just try to loosen up any areas that maybe you hold some tension in, right? The shoulders, the neck, maybe even the lower back. As you continue deepening the breath, try to focus the breath, the energy moving through those areas, making a conscious effort just to soften a little bit, right? Even if just energetically so, even if it doesn't actually happen, right? We're trying to chip away at these things a little bit at a time. Maybe firing up your Ujjayi breath. Let's give ourselves 3 more deep breaths right here. Good. Then slowly opening up the eyes, let the arms reach out beside you. Turn the palms face out so the shoulders get this gentle external rotation. With a big inhale, sweep the arms right overhead, interlace all 10 fingers, flip the palms up. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears, but keep the palms reaching up. So we have this opposing motion, right? The palms pressing up, but the shoulders moving down. Right? If it feels good, you can look up at the backs of the hands, or maybe let your chin drop toward the chest. Whatever feels good here. Take 1 more breath. And releasing the right hand toward the mat, sweep the left arm over, sending the breath through the left side of the body, really opening up through the ribs. Lowering down the left hand, sweep the right arm over. Let the left shoulder drop away from the ears. Send the breath to the right side of the body, right ribs. Let's lower down the right hand. Come off of your seat. If you're using any props, just push them off to the side. Come onto hands and knees. Extending your right leg back on the mat. With the toes tucked into the mat, just gently pressing the right heel away so you feel this nice opening through the back of the right leg. Picking up your right leg off the mat, try to keep the hips level, draw the belly in to secure the lower back here. Reach the left arm forward with your left thumb pointing up, right? Take one more breath. And lower down the left hand, the right foot, keeping the toes tucked. We're going to do that again, and the option is to adding a back bend, right? So again, your choice. Lift up the right leg, lengthen the left arm forward, either hold here, breathe, or bend up at the right knee, reach the left hand back, catch the right foot, kicking your foot into the left hand. So we're opening up a little more through the left shoulder, keeping the breath moving. One more breath wherever you are. Let's lower back down onto hands and knees, switching sides, left leg back, tucking the toes, gently pressing the left heel back so you feel the back of the left leg open up. Keep the breath flowing. Start lifting your left leg off the mat, hips level, belly in toward the spine, right arm forward, thumb pointing up. Take one more deep breath. And lowering the left toes, right hand. We'll do that again. You're either holding as you reach and extend or grabbing onto your left foot for the back bend. Completely up to you. Left leg lifting, right arm reaching forward. Stay and breathe. Or bend the left knee, reach the right hand back. Grab the foot. Kick into your right hand, opening up a little more through the right shoulder. One more breath. Let's bring it back to hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide, lining up the wrist crease with the front edge of the mat. Down dog, lift the hips up and back. Feel free to walk out your feet in the first down dog of the day, stretching out the legs a little bit more, waking everything up. Let's give ourselves one more full breath. Putting a soft bend in the knees, look forward through the hands. Walk or hop the feet to the front of the mat. Step your right foot in front of, then to the little toe side of your left leg. So the right leg crosses in front, drop the head down. Take one more breath. Return your right foot to the right side, go the other way. Step the left foot in front, then over. So your left leg crosses in front, head down. Bring your left foot back to the left side. Keep the feet separated just a little bit. Soft bend in the knees. Begin rolling up slowly to stand. Press down as you uncurl. Come all the way up. Drop the shoulders back. Tadasana, mountain pose. Press down through the legs. Big inhale. Sweep the arms around and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, dive over the legs. Lift the chest on the inhale, stepping both feet back to plank pose. Big inhale. Lower to chaturanga or drop the knees. Inhale, cobra or up dog with straight arms. Returning back to down dog or take a child's pose. 3 deep breaths. Two more breaths. One more full breath. And from your downward facing dog, soften the knees, look forward, step or hop the feet lightly to the front of the mat, chest up on the inhale, exhale, round it down. Step your feet together, toes and heels touch. Let's take a chair pose, bend the knees nice and deep. Keep the tailbone lengthening down, lift the arms. Plug the shoulders back from the ears. Sweep the arms back behind you so the palms are almost facing toward the mat. So the chest comes forward, the shoulders roll back, start to come up onto your toes. So you're almost in a downhill skier pose. Lift the heels a little higher, shoulders back. Take one more deep breath in. On the exhale, lower the heels, dive over the legs, head down. Step the left foot back in a low lunge. Come into warrior one, spin the back heel, 45-degree angle, arms to the sky. Again, interlace all 10 fingers overhead, flip the palms high. Drop the shoulders as the palms keep pressing up. The right knee bending deep. Lengthen the tailbone down the back leg. One more breath. Keep the palms pressing up and away. Start to lengthen forward. Bring the right hip back 1/4 inch. Maybe soften the chin down just a little bit so your gaze is toward the floor in front of the mat. One more breath. Good, then press all the way up, warrior 2, bring the arms out to the side. Look over the right middle finger, one more breath. Good, let's take a side angle pose. First, reverse the warrior with the right arm high. Lower the right arm down, maybe the right elbow on the thigh, or straighten the right arm toward the mat, maybe a block under the hand. Sweep the left arm around and up. If you like the shoulder opener, sweep the left arm back, then around the lower back. Yeah, a little half bind. Keep the right knee bending deep, the right toes pointing forward, chest up, look over the left shoulder, one more breath. Peek down at your front foot, lower both hands to the mat, low lunge, turn on the back toes, down dog, step the right foot back. You can hold your down dog or flow through, inhaling, chaturanga. Upward facing, back to your down dog. From your down dog, big inhale, right leg high. On the exhale, bring the knee to the nose, round it in, shoulders over the wrist. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, foot to thumb. Step all the way up to the front of the mat, fold over the legs. Folding, head down, feet back together. Toes, heels touch, bend the knees. Nice deep chair pose, Utkatasana, arms high. Start to sweep the arms back behind you, palms again almost facing toward the mat, shoulders roll back. Heels up off the mat, coming into your downhill skier pose. All right, lengthen the tailbone, chest lifting, heels a little higher. Give it one more deep breath in. Exhale, heels down, dive over the legs. Step the right foot back in low lunge. Let's come into warrior 1, heel down, arms high. Change the grip as you interlace all 10 fingers overhead, opposite pinky finger on top. Flip the palms. Keep the left knee bending. Pressing down through the legs, lifting up out of the waist. And keep the palms pressing away. Start to lengthen forward. Coming into a nice angle, bring the left hip back just 1/4 inch, just a little bit. Keep the legs nice and strong. One more breath. And press all the way back up, warrior 2, arms out to the side. Look over the left middle finger, one more breath. Reverse the warrior, left arm over, Parsva Konasana, side angle. Left arm down, maybe elbow to thigh or straighten the arm, right arm up. If you like the shoulder opener, sweep the right arm back, half bind, wrap the right arm, fingertips hook around the left thigh. Lengthen the spine, let the toes rest nice and easy on the mat so we're not gripping the mat. Look over the shoulder, one more breath. Peeking down at your front foot, lower the hands to the mat, low lunge, down dog, step your left foot back. You can hold your down dog or flow through. Big inhale, lower halfway or modify. Inhale to back bend, open the heart forward. Press back to down dog or child's pose. Take another deep breath or two. One more deep breath. From down dog, big inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, round it in. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, foot to thumb. Step all the way forward to the front of the mat, fold over the legs. Again, with your feet together, toes, heels touch, Utkatasana, chair pose. This time, keep your heels firmly planted on the mat, palms together at the heart. Take a twist to the right, hook the left elbow outside the right knee. Chest up, thumbs at heart center, one more breath. With an inhale, come to center. Let's go to the left side. Hook the right elbow outside the left knee. One more breath. Big inhale, come to center, dive over the legs with your exhale. Chest up, lengthen the spine, step into plank pose, feet back. Good. Let's come to side plank, face the left side of the room, your left leg on top. Vashisthasana. If you're modifying here, just lower the right knee to the mat. Right? If you want to challenge yourself, certainly you can float the left leg up or even step the left foot behind you. Give yourself a nice heart opening stretch, a little back bend, one more breath. And let's come back to center. Plank pose, let's go the other way. Right leg on top, face the right side of the room. Try to do the same thing you just did from the first side. Right? One more deep breath. Return the right hand to the mat, plank pose, chaturanga. Upward facing or modify cobra. Down dog, press back. On your next inhale, pick up the right leg. Good. Low lunge, foot through the hands. Let's warrior two. Spin the back heel flat, windmill the arms around and out. Reverse the warrior right arm high. Good. Warrior two, palms together at the heart. Take a high side lunge to the back of the mat, Skandasana. All right, bending the left knee, keep the heel on the mat. When you go back to warrior two, come into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, reach the right hand in front of the right foot, maybe a block, left leg up off the mat. Left arm high. Point the left toes away from you so we're making things hopefully a little easier on the standing leg. When you're stable, that's when you shift your gaze. Try peeking up at your left fingertips, one more breath. Return to warrior two, float the left foot back on the mat, come up. Reverse the warrior again, right arm high. Lower both hands to the inside of the right foot, come into your wide-legged forward fold to the left side. Bring the right toes in so your feet are parallel. If the knees need to bend, let them bend. All right, you can drop the hands flat. All right, if you want to grab onto your toes or hold onto your lower legs, feel free to take any of those variations while maintaining nice deep breaths, breathing through the stretch in the legs, in the hips. One more full breath. And returning your hands to the mat, lift the chest. Let's do a low side lunge, Skandasana, part two. Bend the left knee. So now we're further down toward the mat. Let's come into a low lunge, face the front of the mat, walk the hands around. Both hands inside the right foot. Walk your right foot over a little bit, coming into a nice active lizard pose. If you need to modify here, you can lower the back knee on the mat. All right, just enjoy a nice stretch. If you want to add a nice balance here, the challenge is, right, obviously balancing while still on two legs, but bring the chest down, let the arms reach out to the sides. My right arm reaches under the right thigh, left arm out to the side. Chest up, right? So avoid collapsing into the stretch here. Take one more breath. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Let's transition into pigeon pose. So almost making this a low lunge. Step the right foot back a little bit. Bring the right knee behind the wrist. Left leg back, sit tall. Prop yourself if you need under the right hip or thigh. Keep the hips level, chest up. If you're good here, proceed, walk the hands out, forehead down, and of course, please modify on your back if that's going to make sense for you today. Making sure you're maintaining nice deep breaths. One more full breath. Let's walk the hands back in, head, chest up. Let's meet in down dog, stepping your right foot back. Good. And you can hold down dog if you want to flow through. Take it to your plank, chaturanga, following the breath. When we meet in down dog, take child's pose, lower the knees, toes together, hips to heels. You can reach arms forward or back on the mat. Returning back onto hands and knees, take it back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, big inhale, lift up the left leg high. Step to low lunge, foot through the hands, warrior two, right heel spins down, windmill the arms out and around. Reverse the warrior left arm high. Bring the arms back out, warrior two, palms together at the heart, high side lunge to the right side, skandasana, high skandasana. Keep the right heel on the mat. Warrior two, half moon, left hand in front of the left foot, maybe on a block, right leg floated, nice and easy off the mat. So you're pressing down to lift away, right arm high. Keep the breath flowing, check in. When you're stable, that's when you're shifting your gaze. Try peeking up at your right fingertips if you can. Give it one more breath. Let's bring it back slow. Warrior two, right foot on the mat, come up, arms out. Good, reverse the warrior again, left arm high. Lower both hands to the inside of the left foot. Come into your wide-legged forward fold to the right side, Prasarita Padottanasana. So the feet parallel, fold over the legs. Again, if the knees need to bend, bend them. If the legs are straight, avoid locking the knees. And if you want to go for it, a nice option for the hands, if you want to do something different than the first side, interlace all 10 fingers behind the back. The crown of the head continues lengthening toward the mat. Nice deep breaths. One more full breath. And let your hands return to the mat if they're not already, chest up. Low side lunge to the right, skandasana, low skandasana. Bend the right knee, heel on the mat. Come into low lunge at the front of the mat. So bend the left knee, walk the hands around, keeping both hands inside the left foot. Maybe walk your left foot over just slightly to the left side. Lizard. So try keeping the back knee up. Again, if you need to modify, of course, lower the right knee. And if you tried it on the first side, the balance, slide the left arm under the left leg, right arm out to the side like airplane wings, chest up. Right, so avoid the urge to hunch forward. Let's take one more deep breath. Hands back down on the mat. Transitioning into pigeon pose, so almost kind of moving through a low lunge first. Bring the left knee behind the wrist, right leg back, sit tall. Chest up, prop yourself if you need under the left hip or thigh. Keep the hips level, lengthen the spine. If you're good here, walk the hands out. And of course, if you need to modify on the back, please set yourself up that way. Honor where you are. Take your time. Nice deep breaths. Let's give it another deep breath or so. As you begin releasing out, slide the hands in, lift the head, the chest up, nice and easy. Return to down dog, step the left foot back. Good. Shake it off, stretch it out. If you want to go through your plank chaturanga one more time, feel free. And bring it back to down dog. From your down dog, roll forward again to plank, this time lowering all the way down onto the belly. Slide the arms alongside the body. Turn the palms face down. Chin center. Bring the feet, the legs together. Zip it up nice and tight. Setting up Shalavasana locust pose. Press down, then big inhale, lift everything up. Keep the feet glued together. Shoulders back. You can either look straight ahead or look toward the floor in front of the mat if that feels better on the neck. Keep lifting. Keep opening the heart forward. Let the spine lengthen as best it can. Pick up the legs one more time. Big inhale. On the exhale, lower down. Turn your head to the side. We're going to do one more back bend. Yogi's choice, you can do a second set of your locust, or if you're feeling pretty good, warmed up enough, Dhanurasana boat pose. All right, so since you know what Shalavasana looks like, I'm going to take you through Dhanurasana. Bend up the knees, set up your back bend. All right, Dhanurasana, bending the knees, hands to feet. Try to bring the knees together as best you can. Press down, inhale, come up. If you're in Dhanurasana, just kick into your hands. Let the breath move. One more deep breath. And start to lower down. Let go, child's pose. Shift the hips back. You can reach arms forward or back on the mat. Let's take another deep breath or two. One more time. Let's start releasing out. As you transition from hands and knees, come to a seated position. Sweep the legs to one side. Bring the legs around, Paschimottanasana. Straightening out the legs. Maybe soften a bend in the knees, flex the feet. Maybe even shimmy the hips forward a little bit just so you can feel the sit bones really ground down nice and easy. Lift the arms, big inhale, reach up. Exhale, come forward, grab your feet. Use a strap or belt if you need, any kind of prop that's going to help get you there. Shoulders back, head forward. All right, sending the breath all along the spine in particular. And take one more deep breath. With an inhale, start to lift the chest. Exhaling, releasing out the feet. Let's bend up the right knee, step the right foot over. Let's set up a nice seated spinal twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. The right arm reaches back. We're twisting to the right side first. Wrap the left arm around the right leg. If you're working this a little deeper, hook the left elbow outside the right knee, chest up. As you inhale, continue sitting tall. With your exhale, squeeze out from the belly. One more time. With an inhale, bring it to center. Then with your exhale, counter stretch to the left side. Come back to the middle, unwrap the right leg, go the other way, bend the left knee. Step the left foot over, reach the left arm back, chest up, sit tall. You're either wrapping the right arm, twisting left, or hook the right elbow outside the left knee. All right, sit tall, lengthen. Reaching up through the crown of the head, keep the shoulders dropping away from the ears. As you exhale, just squeeze out from the belly. Let's take one more breath. On the inhale, bring it to center and counter stretch to the right with your exhale. Good. Return to center, unwrapping the left leg. Let's bend up at the knees, roll onto your backs. Hug the knees in toward the chest. If it feels good, you can rock a little side to side, maybe happy baby pose. Good. Let's come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the feet on the mat. Soles of the feet to touch, drop the knees out, maybe using any props if you need under the knees to support the hips. Rest your hands and arms where they're comfortable. If you want to take an inversion today, optional of course, you can, if you're working into headstand, work into your headstand Shirshasana. If you want to stay on your back, do shoulder stand, fold the knees in and lift the legs. Catch the hands to the, catch your hands to the lower back. I don't want to get myself caught up in my wires here. All right, only looking at your feet if you're doing shoulder stand. You can also go full restorative, legs up the wall, if you'd like that as an option. All right, wherever you are, just move mindfully, take your time. Let's take another deep breath or two. If you're upside down, start to carefully make your way out. If you're in headstand, you lower right into child's pose, shoulder stand, return onto your back. You can either stay fish pose on your back, straight legs, chest up, head back, right? You can use a prop to do the same thing between the shoulder blades, right? You can roll onto your belly for cobra pose, bhujangasana. We did that at the beginning of our practice. Optional, of course, right? Any of those variations. And if you're in the hip stretch, start to fold the knees in, maybe hug the knees in again, and maybe even windshield wiper your knees side to side. Just so you can release the lower back, release out the hips. Wherever you are, take another deep breath or two. And when you finish your next exhale, start to all meet up on the back. If there's any other final stretch or twist you'd like to take before settling into a brief shavasana, feel free to take whatever stretch or shape that is, right? Maybe another little twist, maybe just hugging the knees in. And when you feel ready to do so, start to settle into shavasana, right? Finding a few moments of stillness. Let the legs extend out on the mat, separating the feet so the toes naturally drop out toward the side. Let the arms drop out with palms facing up so the shoulders can more easily relax back on the mat. Maybe take a brief scan head to toe, just checking in again with every area, releasing tension that might still be there. Soften the space between the eyebrows, unclenching the jaw. We're letting go of the Ujjayi breath and just settling into a few moments of quiet. Start to lengthen the breath, gradually returning awareness to the body as you wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Maybe gently roll the head a little side to side. Reaching the arms overhead, enjoy a nice waking stretch. And bring the knees in toward the chest one final time. Slowly rolling over to the right side. Pause here for just a moment. And keeping the eyes closed a little while longer, start returning back up to a comfortable seated position on the mat. Bringing palms together at the heart, relaxing your chin to your chest. Reconnecting once again with the breath. And always taking the opportunity to honor your efforts and honor your practice this afternoon. Namaste.